Hey everybody, it is Peypocalypse back with another costume review with Fandom Spotlight. Today we're gonna do Bowsette, finally! Woo woo! I have another role cosplay costume, so this is the Bowsette dress and wig. And then we also have colored contacts from Colored Contacts, and these are blue for Bowsette. And then lastly, we have Cosplay Crafts, who sent me this beautiful super crown, which I painted and put the clips on. We're gonna talk more about that later. And I also was sent Cosplay Clay, which I used to make the horns and some of this cool neato shell over here. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. I just want to say right before I open this, thank you so much, Roll Cosplay, for sending this costume. I'm so excited to open it. So we have the costume right here, and we have the wig, and it also came with a little wig cap. This looks like it's a large size, so we'll see how that fits me. Let's start by taking out the costume and taking a look at the main feature of this. Oh, there's something else in here. Oh, this is all the collars and spiky arm things, all the like BDSM stuff. So we have the dress, which is just a simple black fabric. It's a very long gown, a lot like the Bowsette dress. From the designs, I know this is gonna go on my hips, which for my hips, I'm a little worried about that. It looks like all the seams look really good. It even has a little tiny hoop if you wanted to add straps. It has a gray trim around the whole top. Oh, and it has a side zipper. And that's how we're gonna get into that. It's a nice invisible zipper, which I appreciate, because I didn't even see it until that moment. So this is how it looks in me. I do feel like the girls are trying to escape again. I think that the straps would be, like, I'm glad there's little hoops so that I can put straps into this. I'm wondering if we have straps in this. These are wrist cuffs, and then this has got to be the collar, and then these are the upper arm cuffs. I hope I shaved my armpits. There are no straps that it comes with, so you'd have to get your own like black bra straps, which you could get at like Joann's or something. This goes here near the boobs, and it's got a little pin so I can really carefully. There was a lot of fear. So this is what the dress is supposed to look like as a base. So I want this to be as tight as possible, and already I can tell it's not as tight as I would want it, but it's still pretty close for a choker. These are also not as tight as I would want them to be. But I have really, really tiny wrists. This one fits well. These ones I would probably cut and then put a different Velcro on just to make them tighter. They're basically just like a black pleather material with little metal spikes. They're like a hard metal. Ow! Besides these not fitting too well, this is a personal problem. But this is a large, so they probably expect somebody to order a large because they're large, not because their ass is too big to fit in most things. So, you know, me problems. Next, we have the wig, which in our last video, the wig was not the best. I'm swimming through air. I'm in a forest of fear and white. It was an Inuyasha wig for Bowsette, and this is a Bowsette wig for Bowsette, and so I'm a little more excited. It looks like the ponytail might be clipped in permanently, so you could not adjust it if you wanted to. So this is what it looks like. The curl's nice on here, nice and bouncy. It's a little bit spidery already, but not as bad as the long wig we had. So after especially looking at this on me, I like it a lot better than the Inuyasha wig for Bowsette thing. This is definitely like Bowsette's wig. I feel like it's a lot more manageable, and it hides all my dark hairs, which for me being a brunette is an issue. The ponytail's a little high, but it might just be the design that I'm not remembering, so I pushed it back and it seems a little bit better. This isn't even the tightest setting, and it feels really nice in my head. So this is good. Peypocalypse approved. All right, folks, so next we are gonna talk about this super cool Bowser shell. Unfortunately, you cannot buy this in a store because I made it myself.
The first thing I did to make my Bowsette shell was find something that I could make a pattern from. So I chose this very wide butt mannequin that I have. It was only a perfect shape for half of it, so I plastic wrapped it, paper taped it, and drew half of the pattern I needed. I make registration marks and I number them so I won't lose track of them. I then transferred this twice to foam and cut them all out. Next, I need to heat gun everything into kind of a shape that I'm going to make so that it's easier to glue. I use barge cement to glue all the pieces together. This can take kind of a lot of time because you need to let it cure first. After I made one shape, I just have to duplicate it, and then it's time to make a base. After I attach the base, I quickly sand it and then stuff it just a little bit so it won't go flat. Then I use quick seal to seal all of the little seams and imperfections of the foam. After that's dry, it's time to use Cosplay Crafts Cosplay Foam Clay that I used all around the rim and for the horns. For the horns, I just made little balls and then rolled them into points. After they dried, they were able to be barge cemented right on just like any other foam. I took my shell out so I could plasti dip it, and afterwards I taped off the horns so that they would remain white, and I painted the shell green. Afterwards, I just painted the little rims orange. And that is how I made my Bowsette shell.
Cosplay Crafts also sent me this beautiful little cute. This cute little guy came from Cosplay Crafts. He is a 3D print, and I primed him with some Rust-Oleum primer. It's a filler and primer. And then I painted him with acrylic paints, and it was a lot of fun. I think I could probably do another coat of gold here, but I still think he looks adorable. I'm so happy with him. It's a really, really high quality 3D print, and I got to prime him, paint him, and put his clips on. You can get this for $24.99 on Cosplay Crafts website, or if you have a 3D printer, you can print it yourself for $10 to buy the pattern for it. And we're gonna see what he looks like on my head, and I'm very excited about that. Lastly, I made little horns. A lot of people have huge horns for Bowsette, but I really just wanted really manageable, tiny, lightweight horns. So I just rolled up the clay in about a minute, and it dried, and I put the clips on. It was so easy. I've got to get these horns and the crown on my head. So we're gonna see how the wig really takes this. So this is what I look like with the horns and the cute little crown. And I have my shell. I just put these little strappies in, and I'm gonna loop this through and tie it around my waist, basically. We have the Bowsette look. All we need to do is put in these wonderful, wonderful colored contacts by Colored Contacts. It's a really original name. I don't know where they thought of it. I'm wearing a very nice blue for Bowsette. When you order from Colored Contacts, you get a cute little paw print case. Mine's a yellow one. So inside we have a mirror, we have the contact case where you can store your contacts. We have tweezers so you can take them out safely. There's a little tube where you can put some solution for on-the-go use. And then I don't personally use this, but it's kind of like a suction cup so you can take the contact and put it in your eye. I just use my fingers, but you have options here. They are kind of blue and flecked, so they mix with the brown of my eye, so a little bit darker, but they really work with the makeup that I put on. I did like brown and blue, so to try to amplify the blueness. I think I'm looking pretty hot. Bum, bum, bum. All right, guys, it's time to talk about what it costs to be Bowsette. So, from Roll Cosplay, we have this lovely dress, which costs $51.89, and this lovely wig that costs only $16.99, and I really like this one. All right, next up, Cosplay Crafts gave me this cute little guy who I love so much, and he costs $24.99. You can always get the file for $10 and print it yourself. And the Cosplay Clay I used to make a lot of the props, that costs $19.99 for 250 grams. So it's pretty cheap, and it really lasts a long time. And from Colored Contacts, you can get these beautiful, beautiful eyes for $19.99, or you can get 2 pairs for $35. Shoes are all you know, anything you want. I personally wish I got a medium. This is a large, and my boobs are too small. It actually fits pretty well, I feel like, everywhere else except for the boobs. My poor, poor boobs. Every time. All right, guys, so all the links to all these lovely items that are on my body are in the description. Please give them some love. Also, in our description is our link to coffee, so if you want to buy me some caffeine, yeah, click that. Also, we've got some other videos over here featuring me. You can also subscribe to see more of this kind of stuff and ring that bell so you know exactly when I'm gonna be this annoying. And as always, have fun and follow your fandom.